Now, I've seen some great romance anime, and I've seen some terrible romance anime. And now I can finally say that I have seen a meh romance anime. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and will you take this shit off of me? Jeez, it's already bad enough I had to deal with it throughout the entire anime. Now you're gonna make me put up with it in my review? Ugh. Anyway, I'm here today to review the final anime for Romance Month, and that's on the anime Kimi ni Todoke, or in English, From Me to You. Now, Kimi ni Todoke is a shoujo anime that follows this very average high school girl named Sawako, but everybody calls her Sadako because she kind of looks like the girl from The Ring, and she builds relationships with these girls, deals with some high school melodrama bullshit, and forms a relationship with this really hot guy named Kazihaya, and that's the anime. Now, as always, guys, I have to be straightforward with you when I say I wasn't very interested in seeing this anime whatsoever. There just wasn't that unique flair that really pulled me into the anime and made me say, man, I really want to give this anime a watch. And it's not because it's a shoujo anime. I know a lot of you are going to say, well, of course you're not interested in seeing it. It's a shoujo anime. It's meant for girls. But I've seen many shoujo animes that were deep, profound, touching, and overall enjoyable that I have liked over the years. Hell, my second favorite romance anime of all time, Honey and Clover, is a shoujo anime, Fruits Basket, the first shoujo anime I ever watched. I really liked it. There are so many shoujos that I liked. It's just that this one just didn't really stand out of the pack. It just didn't have anything that really propelled me to go see it. And after watching the anime, I can see that my sentiments were right. Is it a bad anime? Absolutely not. Is it a great anime? Sadly, no. It's just in the middle. It's par for the course. First off, the animation done by Production IG, a studio I don't need to explain to you guys because you all know who they are, you all know what animes they have made, and they are without doubt the most prolific animation studio in anime, doing almost every genre of anime under the sun. But they did a solid job with the animation here. It's not their greatest, but it's not like really weak and just stilted piece of shit. Some of the backgrounds that they used were nice and gentle and really fit the tone of the anime, and the character designs were all very unique. The only issue that I had with the animation was the overuse of the bubbly background that you see in a lot of shoujo animes. I mean, they just oversaturated that shit in this anime to the point where it just got really annoying and bothersome. Now, sadly, this anime does not have an English dub as of yet. It's only available in Japanese subs. And as for the Japanese voice actors, no one really stood out, but they did a really decent job for what they were given. The characters in the anime were... what word do I want to use to describe them? Manageable. Like, they weren't all bad. Some of them were likable, but there were others that are just kind of blah or just despicable, and you're not supposed to like them, but they're not even that interesting of a character to begin with. Without a doubt, the most interesting and well-developed characters in the entire anime, who are also my personal favorites, were the two girls that befriended Sadako, Chizu and Ayane. These girls were just so much fun to watch, and an anime that was more or less bland throughout, these girls added some flavor to it, and they had their own unique personalities, which is something that was really missing in this anime. Like, they stood out of the crowd. Just the conversations that they would have amongst themselves and with other characters, the situations that they would get into. I wish that these characters were the main characters of the anime. Like, it's about these two girls who treat this one girl really badly, and then they bring her into their inner circle and teach her their ways and stuff. That would have made a much more interesting anime. And their relationships with other people were more interesting than the main characters. There's also this one guy who looks like he would fit more in a Dragon Ball Z episode than in a shoujo anime. He was actually really funny at times. I liked his character, and he also had his own unique personality. And I will say that although I didn't find the two main characters all that interesting, I did like Sawako. She's just a sweet, charming girl who's very oblivious and just overall nice, but even that was a bit annoying, and I'll get into that a little bit more later. And yeah, that's all the good elements to the anime. Now time to talk about the bad. The biggest problem with this anime was the over-the-top high school melodrama bullshit. And I really mean bullshit. And I understand that this is the high school mentality. You just feel like your problems are bigger than anybody else's and you just blow it out of proportion. And I will say this about the anime. The drama that happens in it is very realistic. It is drama that would happen in high school. I could see it happening and I have seen it happen. It's not compelling drama. The whole point of drama is tension that helps to push a scene forward or to build character. Every moment of drama in this anime does not push the scene forward. In fact, it stops the entire anime so that they can focus on this drama. And not only that, the worst of it all is that the characters don't grow from this drama. Like our main character, Sadako, she does not change. Once the drama is over, she stays the same character. There is no growth to the character. Thus, the drama is pointless. What was the point of putting it in there just for the sake of tension? It's drama for drama's sake. Again, that's very realistic, but is it interesting? No. And going off of that, because the drama and the situations weren't that interesting, the anime just comes off as a bore. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. When I was watching the anime, I was doing this. 忘れられない年になりました。ありがとう。When you get me so bored that I'm flipping through my phone, that is a bad sign. Because I'm supposed to be interested, I'm supposed to be invested, I'm supposed to be engaged, but the anime does not do that for me, and thus, I'm bored. But it's not only the melodrama and story that's at fault here for why the anime is so boring, it's also our two main leads. They are just so unbelievably one-dimensional and dull. Especially our main guy, Haseyaya, I think that's his name. I just called him Mr. Bland because there's nothing about him that stands out. Yes, he's good looking. Yes, he's really nice to the main girl character, which is kind of unbelievable, but he just doesn't have a personality to him. I just don't know much about him, and thus I don't really give a shit about him. And then we got Sawako. Yes, she's really nice. Yes, she's freaking oblivious to a fault that makes her kind of hilarious. And yes, she is really cute, especially when she's in her chibi form. I really love seeing her in her chibi form. I just found her just adorable. But what about the character is interesting? Not much. The few things that I mentioned about Sawako are not only the only redeeming qualities of her, but the only qualities of her. She doesn't have any other range of emotions like angry, sad, disappointed, just all these other things that a normal character or a normal human being would have. She's just either really nice, really oblivious, or really cute. That's it. And that does not make an interesting or even a compelling character. And when you got two dull and uninteresting characters trying to make a relationship, their relationship is also really dull and uninteresting. And what's even worse is by the end of the first season, their relationship does not progress any further. You would have to watch the second season to see a full resolution to their relationship. But the thing is, I am not interested enough to push myself to watch a second season because I just didn't give a damn about the first. Not to mention the plethora of side characters throughout this entire anime that you also don't give a shit about. The only one that kind of comes to mind is Umi-chan, and the only reason for that is because the writers were attempting to make this character come off as sympathetic, explaining her reasonings behind her actions in order to kind of justify them. But the problem is, it doesn't work. It fails. Because you don't sympathize with the character, you don't relate to her, you don't feel sorry for her. She still comes off as this two-faced bitch of a character that tries to ruin it for everyone and spread melodrama all over the place. I did not feel bad for her whatsoever. She got what she deserved. But who knows, maybe that was the point. Maybe they were trying to make her come off as sympathetic, but she will never be redeemed. But I don't know. So overall, I know it seems like I'm hating on this anime way too much, but I don't hate this anime. I'm just really let down by it because it could have been an interesting anime. It really could have been something special, but at the end it just turned out to be really average and generic and nothing truly special. It's just an anime that doesn't really appeal to me. I mean, if you're like a high school girl or a middle school girl, this anime actually might speak to you. Maybe you might find something to like about it. But me, a 21-year-old man, I can't deal. I just can't deal with it. So that's why I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It's okay. If you're a fan of the high school melodrama bullshit shoujo animes, then definitely this is your anime to watch. But if I were to recommend any animes that are very similar to it but did it much better, I would definitely recommend Lovely Complex. It handles this whole high school element and actually forms a unique bond between the two main leads, and they have their own unique personality. I would also recommend Honey and Clover. Although not taking place in high school, it still has many of the same elements and handles the drama in a way that is both realistic and compelling. But anyway, what did you guys think about this anime? Did you love it to death, or did you find it really dull and average and boring? And let me know, what is the most boringest shoujo anime you have ever seen? Comment below and let me know. And stay tuned tomorrow as I have a very special Love 'em or Hate 'em session for you guys on whether or not we love or hate the romance genre. So stay tuned for that. And until the next video comes, guys, if you would like to be a part of the Black Critic crew and not miss out on a single awesome video here, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video if you really enjoy it. Like my Facebook page. Link will be in the description. And I'm Tony Watt II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.